competition, taught me how won the competition. They went to Zimbabwe. They came here, which is a good news for us because even the other countries that took part in the IP club competition, like Malawi and Botswana, and this year they are not part. But we were privileged to be given us the second opportunity to be part of the second edition. And it's a success story because the momentum and the IP awareness messages went beyond our expectation. So from 5 schools, now we'll be going to like 20 schools. The 20 schools, we will take 15 schools, 10 schools from Maseralo, 5 from Magibi, and 5 from Nima. So we don't want for the IP club to only be in Maseralo. Maseralo is not Liberia. So we are rolling out the IP club. We have already sent the letters to the various DO to be able to DO or CEO, whatever they call it, the CEO, the county authority to be able to identify those schools, and they are being in conversation with us. So we'll be going there. We'll launch the IP club in 3 phases. The grand launch will be in Maseralo. That way we wrote the Ministry of Education, want for them to be a part, because this time around, want to be a stakeholder thing, not only for LIPO. So going to the county, we are reaching out to the various authorities so that when we get there, it will be like a partnership, not only LIPO moving the train. We want for the train to be moved by everybody. And then we did 3 more awareness, which are very successful in 5 different counties. Our awareness brought us to rolling out an IP award on 3 different platforms. And we had a different media engagement. We went to Grand Bassel, we went to Nimba, we claimed the awareness in Maseralo. We took our office to the streets so that IP is not only in the office, IP is out there that people will come and register. So I took my office to the fish market, the clam, and we saw people coming in to have inquiry to make sure that their ideas are protected. Like the county meat, I wrote on my Facebook page, I said it and I'm saying it. I saw the county struggling in terms of revenue generation. I don't see them to struggle because your county just say be sold through a partnership by a business institution or an individual, so that the county can benefit, because the county, that name, Lofa County, for example, is for Lofa. Let's say Too Easy is producing the Lofa jersey. You realize that Too Easy produce Lofa jersey, but they have their logo here, Too Easy, even Labs. Lab will produce the jersey, but they got their Labs. They are selling their brand and they are selling your county. So they should be able to, it should be like a win-win situation. Come through a partnership, the county maybe get 40%, since they are the one producing, they could get 60%. That will help the county. Instead of people saying the county don't have money, we have a lot of means to raise money. And to our business people, we have been doing a lot. In terms of registration, we went above 300 registration. 2023, it was 200. When we took, it went above 300. So it's the awareness brought a huge momentum that people are getting to know IP, from where they stand, how they can utilize it, how they can protect it, and how to benefit from their creation. Not just coming to protect. After protection, what next? You want to make money. We are not only telling them come and do protection. Protection, it makes the money. IP is all about the money.
Okay, so let's move forward now. You've been here for, a little over a year now. This is your 2nd year. What is it exactly that you are protecting here at the Library Intellectual Property? How much do you protect it, and how can it be protected?
So in my introduction, I talk about it. I said intellectual property rights.
Yeah.
When you talk about intellectual property rights, it had to do with, it got 2 phases. It got a copyright component. It has the industrial components. So when it comes to industrial property, you got trademark. For example, this is a trademark. A farm tissue is a trademark. You have this, these are all trademarks. You have industrial design, the different shape of maybe even the shirt that on you is a design. The dress that on you is a design. You have geographical indication like I talk about the country rights. You have pattern. Pattern are those invention. The laughter is a pattern of somebody invention. The watch that on my hand is somebody invention. So those are all industrial property. When it comes to copyright, you have all literary and artistic works. So book, music, novel, you can name them. All those different writings, they are all copyrighted material. So that's why we are here to register and protect those rights. And we can just wake up and say everything is protected when you have not come to our office. So you come to the office with your work, for example, you came up with your book and you want to do a protection. Under the Berne Convention, copyright is automatic right. But do I know that your work is protected? No, you have to come to the office so that we can record your work. Once it's in our database and somebody infringe on you, we just go to the database and come up with it and say, oh, this person got this copyright. Because 2, 3 person can be having the same work. And our law says first to file. When you walk in my office, you are the first. We consider you. Other country is first to use. The person who will be the first to use that particular product. And
Like just before
when it comes to, let me check, he talks about the fees. When it comes to copyright used to be free. But with all the different treaties and conventions, and we are trying to make copyright to be like the industrial property rights, we added $10 US. So copyright registration. $10 US, you come pick up the form, you ask for the requirement, passport style picture. If you are the owner of the copyright, good. If you are not the owner, you have to then tell us the agreement that gave you the right to do that particular pricing or to on behalf of the pricing to do their registration. Once it comes to industrial property, like the trademark and industrial design, it's $450. It's in phases.
just before Jeff can come in, this entire benefits of intellectual property, not too many Liberians understand it. One might think that if I'm protected or my work is protected, my only benefit is that when somebody steal my work, they will take me to court and the fee will fight for me. In terms of monetary values, what are those benefits one can receive from the intellectual property?
So, when you talk about benefit, the protection alone, the fact that you are protected is a huge benefit because I will not call it monopoly, but you are the sole rights owner. Nobody own a particular right or a particular product but you. It's a huge benefit. For example, if GARMAI is the only person that bringing this book, this particular notepad in Liberia, and bring, for example, I protected my notepad, and then I'm bringing like 40 feet or 40 feet, maybe 10 or 40 feet continuous in the country. I'm bringing it, and this will be then to other agents to sell for me. So it's a huge benefit. The fact that you are protected, Dior is owned by a company. They are the owner of Dior. It's a huge benefit because they are protected nationally, internationally. They are protected, and our country is designated. So once it comes to the sale, your sale is very huge. For example, if you protected this Dior, and now only in Liberia, let's say GARMAI was protecting came up with this Dior, she invented it, and she's a Liberian. But you can disobey Dior in other countries because I'm protected. It's for me. I'm part of the World Intellectual Property Organization, which is the whole world. I can decide to designate 100 countries. It's a huge benefit.
Wow.
Yes. That's why we talk about being member of some of these organizations. And Liberia is privileged to be a member of the World Intellectual Property Organization, the African Intellectual Property Organization. Even in terms of training, the SMEs got a lot of training when it comes to people who are into the IP or the SMEs that who are striving to come up with their ideas. They have been having training. The training you have, you can use that training and come up with another product. It's a huge benefit.
Okay, so with all of these things you've said so far on the benefits and what, but I want to look at some of your achievements so far in all of these things. What are some of those things you've achieved with all of the work you've done?
Ask the question. Okay, I will answer.
I'll talk about the first question I asked. Those things you were protecting, but I want to look at basically your achievements, because it's not just
on the phone, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, in terms of our achievement, we wrote all the 3 months awareness, which was very successful. That brought our registration from 200 to over 300, and we wrote all the IP club that which taught me how when regional competition they became a tier. I can show you their trophy. State trophy.
Oh, okay.
So we got a lot of, and we train over 300 SMEs. 300 SMEs. So this is the trophy.
Okay, that's good.
And we were awarded the second phase. The second phase is another milestone for us that we are partnering with other institutions. We got ambassadors. We roll our ambassadors. So we don't just want to be carrying our own messages. People say PRO, but when you have ambassador for you, they carry on messages. And we did a welfare through the Copyright Society. Over 200 artists got welfare from the Liberian Intellectual Property Office. So it's a huge achievement, because in the shortest period of time, you saw that the IP had gone beyond the 15 counties. In fact, people are calling even for the IP club. They want for it to go in the 15 counties. How do we roll all it? Because it comes with finances. We don't have the money. We are partnering with our partner, the World Intellectual Property Organization, the African Regional Intellectual Property Organization. But it's like 60-40. They will be willing to pay the 60. But the 40, when you say the whole country, because the 15 counties is the whole country. Do we have the money? Do we have the capacity? No. So we said we will go for 3 counties: Masorado, Grand Bassa, and Nema. Nema will have 5 schools. Bassa will have 5 schools. Masorado will have 10. We still got obligation when it comes to the finances, but we will partner with other people. We will ask our the government will come in. I know that the government is interested in the IP, because everything we do around us is IP. Look at the shape of the chair. That's somebody's invention. Beer factory is making more money right now because of the club beer. That name. People see our brand. We are not only making impact in the office, we are having impact on the manufacturer. Even the SMEs, we are having a huge impact, because their revenue growth is increasing. Once you come and protect your intellectual property, you realize that your brand is recognized and people can start coming. And we also have a very good, successful when it comes to the IP management clinic that we train the SMEs. We created office for the manufacturer. We created our office, because after training them, we don't want for them to just go and be all over all the activities. So we gave them office in Lipo. It's another achievement.
Let's talk about the legislature aspect, and people will jump into the fundings you give to government revenue. Of recent, Teacher 17 representative talking about the Tourism Act to be passed into law. And from that angle, we saw intellectual property running through it. My concern, what about the legislature that they need to sign for the intellectual property work to be more valuable in our country? Talk about treaties, talk about international related laws. Are there anything on book in our legislature you can call for them to sign the law?
So thank you very much. And it's another cardinal thing that I've been talking about. You talk about the the law that they're about to pass. You can't do tourism with all IP. We'll have to collaborate. So that's why if you saw in the law, you will see intellectual property, because branding has to do with this office. Once it comes to the branding, will come in, because once you have your brand, you have to come do protection. So that's the link of the tourism and the IP office. And you talk about some of the treaties. We got over 7 outstanding treaties that I have been talking, and I'm going to them so that we can sign this treaty. Like I said the last time, you can't say you're a member of a club or organization. You are not paying your membership fund. You are not paying your dues. You are not a full member. So once it comes to activity, when you go to that organization, you might not even have the platform to talk, because you pay up. So most of the benefits, you will not have it. It's the same as signing onto the treaties, the protocol. Once we sign those treaties and ratify them, trust me, we'll have a lot of benefit. Even when it comes to the cultural ambassador, we have outstanding treaties from UNESCO. Have we signed them? No. That sector will now move on with us signing the UNESCO treaties, because UNESCO have very huge program for the cultural heritage in all of the countries. So before you benefit, you got to be a member. So I'm advising and I'm appealing to our lawmakers, people who got knowledge on IP. District 17, I know he's from the background, and he and myself will have that conversation, and I know he's waiting to support this office. Other people are waiting to support the office, but we can't sit down and put our hands between our legs that they don't know. They have to know. And we just wrote the World Intellectual Property Organization, and they gave us a heads up for our 5-year strategic plan. It's a national intellectual property plan. They will be sending the experts, and with our stakeholders, collaboration and partnership, so that we can have the plan. Before this regime ends, we should be able to be working in the plan, because it's a roadmap. You can't do anything without your roadmap. We are still dealing with the old one, but we want a new one to be done this year, and we are working with it.
So in Liberia, we see when these good things are being talked about, not many people who want to take it seriously, but our Liberians actually, I mean, giving in when it comes to the protection of their properties, especially look at musicians, talking about their songs being copyrighted. I mean, are Liberians actually giving in when it comes to these?
Sure, with the help of the not only the office but even the public, in terms of the awareness, they are responding. I just told you, we had a welfare. Before the welfare, we had a program here. Over 200 musicians were here. They are aware, and they are coming in. In fact, this year, the World Intellectual Property Day is on music.
Okay.
So we anticipate that the musician will organize through our collaborative efforts. We want to see them organize that particular event so that the world can see that Liberia is part of IP.
Yeah, so just to go 2 days ago, followed Kenya in copyrighted intellectual property Facebook handle, and then they begin this measure of arresting those that are conducting piracy on social media, especially Facebook, YouTube. Whenever you play musician copyright music without paying anything, you'll be arrested. And following day to hours, we saw you at the Liberia National Police and Crimes Investigation Department trying to collaborate with them on the enforcement aspect. Many of us are concerned about how soon will this take effect. How sure are you that when you're about to enforce those laws that Liberians, especially those that are playing music on the southward, is that means of getting that daily bread, going to empower by it? And how do you see we shift the economy of our country when you begin those processes?
So before you do any enforcement, you can just rush in. Like what we did first, we did 3 more awareness. We want for the public to know that intellectual property infringement is a crime. Once you infringe on IP or copyright is a crime. You gotta teach them. You gotta let them to know. After, that's why we went to the police, the enforcement arm. You gotta train the enforcement arm. You're not just telling the police get in the street. They don't even know why it's the IP they are going to infringe on, or let me say carry on enforcement.
Okay.
So you train them, and then we will give the messages. Like we having SMS, we'll soon be sending our SMS across the country, so you can know. You will receive those messages. It's a form of awareness. So tomorrow you can say, I didn't know. Once you are in the know and you are that you don't know the law, you will not be exempted from the law. Ignorance for the law is no excuse. So enforcement will be done, and it's not something. IP is not just the way the police just move in the street and just collect everything. No, it's a gradual process. You talk about the online. Online is a platform that it has to be built. Kenya has gone far. Kenya now have the infringement or enforcement on their platform. It's a system. So working with our partner like the World Intellectual Property Organization through the CMO, we are fighting, or we are working to build a system. Once we build a system, like I said, you have to protect your IP. Once it's protected and somebody infringe on you online, in fact, even most of the song you put on online, once you don't disclaim the copyright, it will not even play. So they got a lot of devices online that you can't just play people music. And the fact that we are part of international treaties, most of our musicians too, they are protected. Because that's why when they put their music there, nobody can just go there and just sometimes download, except you put it where that you want for everybody to download it.
Okay.
That one is in the public domain. I can use it, you can use it. It's not an infringement. Because other people mail their music, most of the musicians, I was telling them, they will just do their music and even run to the station and say, just promote me. You are taking risks. You want for the radio station or entertainment places to promote you, at least you go through that partnership. You should be having 40%, they got 20% because they're making money. And we are getting to them. You can't be playing music on your radio, you making money. Like I was telling my secretary, I said, oh, most of the stations are doing gambling. And they are playing people music, yes. Yes. You can't be playing the artist music, you doing your how they call it, betting, then they're not making money. They have to make money.
So the artists too have to benefit from
the artists have to get their reward. You play their music, you pay. It's not free, it's pay to play. So you just stay, or they want to see our artists working, and we can say that video is rich, the other person is rich. How do they get rich? And not through the discs they sell. It's through the royalties they collect on their behalf. No musician can get rich through the discs. It's by the means of those royalties they collect both nationally and internationally on their behalf.
I'm concerned about these kids who sell in the street, especially with those heavy speakers passing around. A scenario, the movie that came out from Atuz, Frank Atuz, breaking up the bush. Prior to the movie coming out, it was, I mean, the movie already out, being sold, and we heard it all around here. Are there measures being put in place so that these guys will not be selling people movies, or you're just playing the song, you're selling the song, and you're explaining all about it in the streets?
So, Frank Atuz knows about the copyright office. He has been in Nigeria. He knows the measure when it comes to copyright in Nigeria. Before he came out with his movie, he will come to the office and do protection. I didn't see it. So the risk is, I can't enforcement arm, but you have to, it's like, cool, you got to bring your case, and based on your rights, then we can go after the person. I saw it, I listened to it. I couldn't do anything because I didn't see protection. I didn't see protection. If you are protected, those guys, in fact, we are creating awareness for them. The last time we called them to have training section with them. You can't just go dub people a movie or song, you just, and you explain it before the show can even be, somebody can watch the show. No, we're taking them off the street. Once we finish with the training of the enforcement arm, they will be off the streets. They'll have to be off the streets because you are not helping the artists. You passing around explaining. In fact, the movie will not come up, but you already finished with it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a situation. You got your IP, but the office will not just run to it because we see the IP. You have to be in compliance with the office. Once you are in compliance with the office, then the office now will say, yes, I'm here.
We are about to wind down. Just before we can, a governor Nigeria told us, you see here in Nigeria, our artists are booming and benefiting more because of the intellectual property. Now, my concern here is our economy. You see, one other time of an IP expert, he said that an IP sector is a sleeping economic giant. Until you wake it up, you begin to understand how fruitful it can be for the economy. When it comes to giving government revenue, your office, what is the amount you generally give to government, and what do you think government can give back to you to generate more in the economy?
So thank you very much. We are raising revenue directly and indirectly. Directly, like last year projection, our projection was 22,000 to raise through ARA. We went over, we almost close to 40,000.
Yes. 2023.
2024. 2024. In 2023, 2024. So that's the money that when you come to do your registration, I told you it's in phases. $150 for intellectual property, like industrial property application for registration, it goes straight to ARA, $150. $80 comes to the office. That's what we use for administrative fees and activities. Once it's renewal, because you can protect them, the 10 years elapsed, you can't renew. It's $100 straight to ARA. So we raise revenue directly. Indirectly, like I told you, beer factory got their style. They got big club beer. Look at Aqua Life. Aqua Life just amended their bottle. That's amendment. They came they with all the being on them back to back. Aqua Life is in compliance now because they have protected the shape of the bottle. They protected the amended their logo. Protected the logo and the design. 3 different things. So when you see Aqua Life bottle now with that shape, it's protected. Do you know how many persons going for that Aqua Life bottle? And they pay taxes to our government. So with the brand protected, they raise more money and they pay more to our government. So we are doing more, not only from direct payment, but through those registration we are doing and the revenue they collect, they pay taxes to our government.
Okay, let's say we're about to wind down. We don't have much because I don't know if there's anything that we left out you want to talk about. Maybe this 2024, your plan of action, what you want to do finally.
2025 will be a very tough year because, like I talked about, doing our national IP strategy, we will be having experts coming in. And like I said, the IP club, we have only 5 last year. This year we got 20. So it's a huge work to do. And the awareness is a continuation. So we will continue to do the awareness. We got a lot to do. The Copyright Society training, the SMEs. We got this program for women in science. We will roll all our program through the WIPO partnership. And we have another program for the blind, the Bro. We didn't succeed in printing the Bro last year, but we intend to, by the grace of God and through our partner, the World Intellectual Property Organization, we'll print it this year. So we have a lot on the book that I can't name all because every time you travel, IP, like you say, is a sleeping giant. IP, you have to wake it up because every day IP, new things coming. and you have to be on top of the game. So the training aspect, we'll have to make sure that we got expert training to make sure that every of our activities are in place on international standard, like the way the other countries are doing, not only doing it our way, we want to do it international way. So to support the president agenda, the arrest agenda, we are working. And in terms of the performance management, trust me, LIPO will not sleep. LIPO will be out there to make sure that our SMEs know what they have. They don't know what they got. They have it, but they don't know it. Even if they know it, how are they selling it? How are they packaging? We will teach them how to package so they can make more money, because your packaging brings a lot of revenue. Once you see the pricing of product, where package, you go for it. So that's what we will be doing this year. We have a lot on the board. And with the police, we got 3 years. If everything goes well, the training will be in 3 years. The first year, before our 5 years elapsed, we'll have 100 police trained in IP crimes.
Thank you so much. This has been a wonderful conversation.
Jeffrey, and would that training be sponsored by the government or the partners of
The partners are waiting to sponsor the training. They have, when you get to WIPO have different training capacity. You have to go for it. Once you request, they will come in. Even though your government will have to contribute at least, because they can't be watching your back, then your stomach just standing. No, it doesn't work that way. So that's why some of the program, other countries will not go for it, because they're watching your front. You think that you're not able to do it, but trust me, LIPO will watch the front and the partner will watch the back. So I want to say thank you to you people for coming. I hope that we continue this engagement so that our audience will know about IP, the office, and we just send our service or charter to the various ministry and agency. Like if you go to Ministry of Information, you will see it there. You go to Commerce, over 15, even the hotels, so that you can run to the office. When you pass it, you will know why it's intellectual property, how you can do the registration, what you need. The contacts are there. Our Facebook pages are there. Our emails are there. And the website is there as well. So you can just throw in. And soon to be, we'll launch our online platform so that you can come here to do registration. You can sit in your office and get do your protection.
Okay. All right. So thank you. This has been a wonderful conversation with the Director General here at the Liberia Intellectual Property Office, LIPO for short. Her name is Madam GARMAI KOBOI. I've been here with Augustine Sambai of DN News, and my name is Jefferson. Thank you so much for following. Bye-bye.